Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week in Code Blue. Dominic is here to explain the new MIA tournament rules, Matt takes a look at last week's Culture Fair, and Katori talks about an upcoming presentation from TJ Griffin. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Hey Bulldogs, I'm Angelo Rossi.
And I'm Nick Chaffee. Welcome to Code Blue News.
Attention all seniors. Any pictures you'd like to be included in the yearbook or senior slideshow should be sent to yearbook@holbrook.k12.ma.us. They must be in by Monday, March 16th. Any questions should be brought to Miss Morgan or Miss Gallagher.
Recently, athletic directors around the state of Massachusetts voting on changing how the MIAA tourney is conducted. Code Blue's very own Dominic Costa is here to tell us about the results of the vote.
The MIAA tournament, as of now, consists of competition between various Massachusetts high school sports teams, separated into North, South, Central, and West. Recently, the MIAA decided to reinvent their classic tournament into a statewide competition, in which schools from all over Massachusetts will compete without sections. Max Preps will be responsible for seeding teams in the tournament based on a proprietary equation. Athletic Director Mr. Case has an explanation of the new tournament and how he used his position to vote against the proposal.
Change that the MIA wants to make, or it's been voted through to make, is to go to a statewide tournament system so that it's not divided by section. You would actually play somebody that could be from the West or the Central in the first round or in later rounds. It still could end up that you play someone local depending on seeds, but that's kind of where it's at. And then they're going to seed all of the tournaments based on max preps, power ranking formula, kind of based on strength of schedule. And then you still have to go 500 to get into any tournament. I voted no because I think it will take away from some of the rivalry games we already have in the state tournament. A good example of that was the girls' basketball game the other night where we played South Shore Christian and the gym was packed and their whole school got to come. If you end up with somebody from Western Mass in the first round, I think you kind of the buzz is not so high, and I just don't think that's a good thing. I think the state tournament should be special, and I think it should be filled to capacity, whether it's a gym, a field, a stadium, for those games. I think that people will always remember them, and that's the way it should be.
Athletes at Holbrook Middle High School have a lot to say about the new tournament and how it may affect their future tournament runs.
I'm not really a fan of it because Holbrook or a team around the South Shore could be playing someone all the way in Western Mass, like Springfield or something, so kind of just doesn't make sense.
I don't really care because I don't have to play in it, but I don't really like it, honestly. Because I feel like you're just gonna have to travel far. Like if you make the tournament, you're gonna have to go potentially hours, maybe away, just to play in the first round.
I feel like it will be harder because we're playing teams that we've never heard of and they're further away, and that'll just be harder.
I think it'll be pretty difficult for Holbrook because you could be playing teams that you really don't know and you can't really scout all the teams from all around Massachusetts.
I think it's going to affect them because they're playing teams that they've potentially or maybe haven't heard of before, and it's going to be hard to adjust to for the first year. I wouldn't know what I would be doing. I don't pay attention.
I feel like it could be bad, but at the same time it could be good because we could be playing schools that are worse than us, but we also could be playing schools that are way better than us. So
The new tournament may have passed, but it is clear that it has a lot of opposition, especially here in Holbrook. This has been Dominic Costa with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Dominic. While the MIA vote was a big deal, everyone was preoccupied with a much bigger one. Super Tuesday took place a few days ago, where 14 states and one territory voted in the Democratic primary. Overall, Joe Biden won 10 states: Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Maine, and Texas. Bernie Sanders won Vermont, Utah, Colorado, and California. Mike Bloomberg won American Samoa, and Elizabeth Warren didn't win any states.
Due to a horrible performance on Tuesday, Mike Bloomberg announced that he has dropped out of the race and has endorsed Biden. Elizabeth Warren has also dropped out after a poor performance, but she hasn't endorsed anyone as of now. We will continue to provide more updates as we get closer to the Democratic convention.
The Culture Fair was held last week on Friday. Matt headed over to the epic event to take a look at some of the countries represented.
We see people. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Savannah.
Are you enjoying the culture fair?
Yes.
Tori.
Stop taking my glasses! We agreed that this is my segment. What is your nationality?
I'm Cape Verdean and Portuguese.
So what aspects of Cape Verde are you proud of?
Our culture, the people there are really nice and friendly.
What part of Southern Europe are you repping?
Italy.
What's the best thing about Italy?
The food.
Wait a minute, how didn't I know you were Italian from your last name? It's Graziano.
Because you don't pay attention.
That's actually a good answer. What is your nationality?
Well, my heritage, I have a really mixed heritage. A lot of Irish, obviously my name Flanagan is Irish, but Swedish heritage, German heritage, a lot.
What is the best, and I mean the best, part of Ireland? Because I gotta pick one.
I've never been, actually, so I can't even really authentically answer that question. That's kind of one of the messages of this event. It's not necessarily where you're from. It's like learning about the connections we have, your heritage, other people's heritage, the diversity that we have. So, yeah, I'm actually far from an expert on Ireland. So I'm more excited about learning about everybody, about all these other places that we get to learn about here.
And I want you at home to slap that like button. Manal Shamsuddin, I already know your nationality because of a previous segment. What country are you representing today?
Lebanon.
So what is the best part of Lebanon?
I feel like Lebanese people are very good looking, You know the vibe, we have the best genes, so.
We have a reporter at Code Blue News who is Lebanese. Shout out to good looking George. Tony Paul, what is your TikTok?
Anthony Paul 359.
If you don't follow him, you fake. Marissa Todd, what country are you representing?
I'm doing China.
How do you feel about unfunny jokes about the coronavirus?
They're very racist now, and it's not funny to joke about things that are so serious in China that just seem like a small thing here, because it really is affecting a lot of people, and instead of becoming a joke about a disease, it's become a radical racist joke.
Don't use diseases as a platform for racism. Back to you in the studio.
We have time for bonus meme, everybody. Consider yourself lucky.
Would it sound stupid if I ask what's your nationality? Because,
It would work. I mean, knowing how I am, it just kind of works. So yeah, ask it.
So what is your nationality?
May I redirect you to the gigantic Brazil poster behind you?
You betrayed me! You said it would be stupid!
That was part of the bit, bud.
No more segments. You're out.
What a shame. I am more than proud to be a rare member of the Bonus Meme Club.
Hopefully, I too, one day, will have a bonus meme.
Me as well. A quick reminder to all freshmen, class dues are due today. Please see Miss F with your $10 by the end of today.
There's a meeting for any student interested in track and field after school today from 2:15 to 2:30 in the cafeteria. Please sign up on Family ID if you'd like to participate, and see Mr. Flanagan or Miss McCann if you have any questions. In worldwide news, the total confirmed cases of coronavirus worldwide has broken 100,000 cases. WHO has warned that this is not a drill and that the death rate of the disease is 3.4%, with the majority of fatalities being to older and sicker populations.
Back to local news. Next week, youth mentor TJ Griffin will be giving a presentation. Katori is here with more info on that presentation.
When we're at home sometimes watching the evening news and we see a criminal being arrested for a crime they may have committed and their mugshot is plastered on the screen, we often find ourselves feeling a bit safer this person's off the streets, as we probably should. But what most of us never do is stop in the moment and ask the question, why? Why? Why did this young man choose to tattoo his face and his neck? Why is this young man's eyes filled with so much anger and hate and hopelessness? Why does any man choose to risk his freedom and his life to rob a store for $62.32?
On Wednesday, March 11th, Holbrook Middle High School will be welcoming guest speaker TJ Griffin, who is a former rapper that has survived the street life and is now a motivational speaker and an at-risk youth mentor, who has created the Vision program, which stands for Values, Inspiring Students in Overcoming Negativity, to teach and reach at-risk youth by using the streets experience and hip-hop culture. He hopes for students to be aware of the hip-hop culture awareness since it is the most influential popular culture amongst youth today. TJ Griffin hopes to helping us students make our next choice our best choice, and to know that we can come from nothing to something without being in the streets.
This is a reminder that our belief systems become our reality. What we believe manifests in our lives. This is a reminder for all of us not to be so quick to judge like we do the person on the news, the 6 o'clock news. But most of all, it's a reminder for possibly one of you in this audience or someone at home watching this on video or an inner city kid that lost hope, that believes their disability is holding them back. You are more than your disability. You are more than that addiction you're fighting. You are more than that depression that's lying to you day in and day out.
This has been Katori Nicholas at Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Katori. I'm sure HMHS students are looking forward to his presentation.
And now, Marcus Spencer here with yet another weekly sports update.
Good morning, Holbrook Bulldogs, and welcome to This Week in Sports. The girls traveled to and sadly lost in the quarterfinals against Westport, 54-39, ending their season 15-7. If you want to play a spring sport, be sure to sign up on Family ID. Remember that track, baseball, and softball tryouts are on March 16th. This has been Marcus Spencer with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Marcus. The Winter Sports Banquet is next Tuesday at 5 p.m. in the auditorium. All winter athletes are invited to attend.
After the show ends, make sure to check your email. Principal Stevenson has sent out a Google form for all of you guys to vote on a mock election. The results will be shared next week.
That wraps up this week's show. I'm Angela Rossi.
And I'm Nick Chaffee. See you next Friday.